Okay guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to go through 10 ways that we can fix low stomach acid. Okay, so number one is apple cider vinegar and lemon. We can use apple cider vinegar and lemon in two ways. Number one is we can add it to some water, dilute it in water and drink them in between our meals. We can add in something like honey if we eat honey, or we can add it to a herbal tea to increase the palatability. But by doing this we're going to acidify the stomach and get our digestive juices flowing in preparation for our next meal. The next thing we can do with it is add both to a meal that contains protein. We can add it to any meal really. The taste is going to stimulate our digestive juices, and by adding it to a food we're actually going to pre-metabolize that food so it is much more easily digested. Okay, so number two is drink less with food. We want to drink less liquids with our meals because liquids alongside food can dilute our hydrochloric acid, our stomach acid. So ideally, if we are going to have any liquid with food, we want it to be in the form of a non-caffeinated herbal tea, things like ginger and chamomile tea that can actually help aid digestion. But the general rule of thumb is we just want to limit the amount of liquids we have alongside each meal. Number three is ginger. Ginger is one of the best spices to aid digestion. We should be trying to drink ginger tea throughout the day, and alongside meals we can add either fresh ginger or dried ginger to our meals to aid the digestion of that meal and increase our digestive juice production, things like stomach acid, and also our digestive enzyme production. Or you can simply take ginger capsules alongside each meal if you don't actually like the taste of ginger. Next, number four, we've got hydration. So while we want to drink less with food in between our meals, we want to stay super hydrated. The reason being, hydration keeps our gut motility high, the speed at which food passes through our digestive system, and if we are not hydrated we're going to be constipated, our gut motility is going to be slow, and then food's going to stay in our stomach longer and that is going to inhibit our stomach acid production. So if we stay hydrated, things keep moving and our stomach acid production will increase. Number five is that we want to chew. We already know now that when we chew our food, our body knows how much stomach acid we need for that meal and what digestive enzymes we need to start producing. If we don't chew, that process doesn't really happen as well. So yeah, it's important that we start chewing our food so we start creating the right environment to digest that meal. Number six is drink 30 minutes after a meal. So basically going back to these two, while we want to drink less with food, we do want to stay hydrated. The general rule of thumb is if you've eaten something quite light, like a salad, you want to wait about 30 minutes before taking in some liquids. But if you've eaten something a bit heavier, like a protein-based meal or something a bit more stodgy, then you want to increase that to about an hour before you start adding liquids in, because again, we don't want to dilute that stomach acid while it's digesting that meal. Number seven is digestive bitters and enzymes, supplementation that we can add into our diet while we're healing our low stomach acid. Digestive bitters are going to help stimulate the production of stomach acid, and digestive enzymes are going to help digest the meal as well as actually increasing stomach acid production as well, but more so to actually help digest the foods that we're ingesting at that time, because while stomach acid's low, you'll generally find that digestive enzyme production is a bit lower as well. Number eight is eating smaller meals for a period of time, and we can also do some liquid meals for a short period of time as well. The reason being, if we're eating huge meals, then this means it requires a lot more stomach acid. So while stomach acid's low and we want to promote our body's healing, we want to eat slightly smaller meals just to give it a chance to start healing and getting back up to where it needs to be, producing the right amount of stomach acid. Number nine is relax at meal times. This is so important. If we're not relaxed at meal times, we simply don't produce the right amount of stomach acid. The digestive juices don't get processed. Because we're out of rest and digest, we're more in fight or flight. So by going into a relaxed state at meal times, we can really support the production of stomach acid. Number 10 is to eat protein first. While we've got low stomach acid issues, we want to try and eat, if we are eating some protein with our meal, to actually eat some of it first. The reason being, when we start eating that protein, our body knows that it needs to produce a lot of stomach acid for that meal, so we get the environment prepared. If we eat our protein last and we ate, say, salad first, our brain's already decided that with this meal we don't need much stomach acid, and then it gets shocked when the protein gets there and has to quickly try and catch up. So to make that process a bit easier on our body while it's healing, it can be handy. Some people find it useful to eat their protein first. The bonus one, so that is the 10. The bonus is to take, of course, a betaine hydrochloride and pepsin supplement. This is literally adding in stomach acid with a meal. It's supplementation essentially of stomach acid to, of course, aid in low stomach acid. We'll do this for a period of time until our body has caught up using the other 10 steps so that it no longer needs any outside help. It can just naturally produce its optimal levels of stomach acid for each meal. Okay guys, let me know in the comments section below if you want me to go in any of these in further detail, and I'll be happy to do so. Also let me know if there's any other topics whatsoever that you want me to cover. But most importantly, as always, look after yourself, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next health video. Goodbye.
Sweet. It's absolutely delicious. I thought it wouldn't taste as nice because it's yellow. I thought that would sort of ruin the taste a little bit. But it tastes pretty much the same, just maybe a little bit sweeter.